I kept trying to think of where I wanted this channel to go, as I discussed last week. And I would, one of my habits is to write my goals down every morning. And so I'd be writing, and it's the classic superficial stuff, right? Like the how many subscribers, how many views. But I kept thinking about it, and it's like, why do I want this? Why do I want to keep doing this? Well, to have a log of my life, yes. But I could just record it and then just have the videos and just keep them private. So why do I want them to be public? So it raises a different question. I think it's not really about the subscribers. It's not about the views. If it got no views and 50 people watched it, but it was 50 people that I got connected with that I would have otherwise not have, and then we all are, we build a great community, and we make each other better. I would take that. Like, that sounds incredible to me. So then the question, it becomes, okay, well, why do you want it to grow? Why do you want the audience to grow? And it was sitting with me for a while, but impact the world in a positive way. How can I have the biggest impact on the world in the most positive way? Like, what can I do in my life to make the best, to help the world as best as I can? And I keep thinking back of, okay, then I should probably just talk about what I know and what I have results to show for. And I think Charlie Munger, he had like 7 things. So he twisted the question, and most people say, like, okay, what do you need to do to be successful? He said, hey, let's look at the flip side. Let's look at the 7 things you need to do to ensure that you don't become successful. And the main one he really drove home was consistency. Because if you have nothing else, if you're an idiot, you think you're stupid, all this other stuff, but you just do the same thing over and over, you still might be really successful. Like, that's how powerful doing the same thing over and over and over again has become. And I think that I've developed a really good system for that. I have some other things I can talk about that I know as well, but that is probably what I get a lot of compliments on, and probably the thing I know best. So bringing it all back, where I want this channel to go is I want to help people in a positive way by talking about what I know. And right now, what I know is consistency, and I know how to discipline myself. And I think I've developed a few tips and tricks that I can give away, and hopefully they help a few people. And if not, then you know what? This is a great log that I can look back on, and just be proud that I had the courage to do this, and just be proud that of the man I've become, because shit, I'm proud of it. So yeah, it's gotten me to a point where I want to grow this. So I'm reading the YouTube formula, and every time I read a new book about a new topic, or start learning a new skill, it just what's the word for that? It just rides home the point of kind of what I already knew, but it helps to see someone successful in that field say it. So, I don't know if you guys know who Daryl Eyes is, but he talks with Mr. Beast a lot. He's kind of one of his clients, I'm pretty sure. Pretty smart guy, knows what he's talking about. And like he said, he was like, yeah, you got to be consistent. Duh. You got to be posting, or else, hey, you're not going to build an audience if you can't consistently post. There's extreme cases, but I mean, for a general principle, right? It's, you're going to have to be pretty consistent. And probably the main thing I've taken so far, I'm very early on in the book, probably the first, I'm on part 2, but it's like page 60. It's to learn and to look at your analytics. You could look at your YouTube analytics and say, okay, why did this video do badly? Why is another creator in my same niche making a very similar video. I think mine's better. Obviously I will because I'm biased, but why, this is a hypothetical by the way, this didn't actually happen. Why is my video not getting as many views as theirs? Instead of saying, oh, it's YouTube's fault. Like, you can't blame external sources, because then you lose all the power, right? This is what goes back to accountability, in that if you blame other things, then you have no control whether it happens. So if I'm blaming YouTube for their algorithm, well, then I can't change it. What can I change? I can change my input. I can't change whether YouTube doesn't post people that put curse words in their title on the recommended page. I can't control that. But what I could control is not putting a curse word in my title so that it has the ability to show up on the recommended page. So it's like complaining about a problem that you could solve if you just sat down and thought about it. So that's probably the biggest thing I picked up so far. And that's very true for everything in life. You know, a business you would start, school, dude, literally anything. Literally anything. If you just focus on what you can control, it's one of the biggest life hacks there really is. I can't think of much more than that. So, yeah, I'm very early on in my YouTube stages. I'm still getting better, as this videos probably will make me cringe in a year. But I don't know. I think I'll just look at the analytics and say, okay, this is working, this wasn't. Why did this video get more views? Why is this video sucking? And just try and take all the emotions out of it. That's something that trading taught me as well. You got to take the emotions out of it. And it's very similar with YouTube. You got to be a student of your analytics. So, yeah, that's where I'm heading.